It was supposed to be just another quiet afternoon at my grandpa's house. He lived in a peaceful neighborhood, and despite his age, he still enjoyed his daily walks and the occasional visit from the grandkids. But that day, things took a drastic turn. What started as an ordinary visit to drop off groceries quickly spiraled into something none of us were prepared for. As I arrived at his home, I saw two men in official-looking uniforms standing near the front door. They were flashing badges, claiming to be HOA officers, and they appeared to be speaking with Grandpa. I immediately felt uneasy. Something about their presence didn't sit right with me. I stepped out of my car and walked toward them, trying to hear what was going on. Grandpa, always the proud and stubborn man, was standing on the porch, looking irritated. "Can I help you?" I asked, approaching them cautiously. "We're here to discuss some outstanding fees for the neighborhood association," one of the men explained, though his tone was overly aggressive. "Your grandfather hasn't been paying, and it's time to take action." Grandpa, who had never been one to back down from a fight, shook his head. "I'm not paying any more dues to that corrupt HOA. They don't even maintain the neighborhood properly." That's when things escalated. The so-called officers started pushing Grandpa around, trying to force him back inside. One of them grabbed his arm too roughly, and before anyone could react, he was slammed to the ground. A sickening crack echoed through the air. Grandpa's arm was broken. Panicking, I rushed to his side, but the fake officers weren't done. "You'll pay for this," one of them sneered, but before I could confront them, the sound of sirens broke through the tension. It turned out that Grandpa was under FBI protection. Years ago, he had been a whistleblower on a major corporate scandal, and the government had placed him under their watch for his safety. As soon as I called the real authorities, the local police arrived, and they immediately recognized the situation. The two HOA officers were arrested for impersonating law enforcement, and it was revealed they had been hired by the HOA board to intimidate Grandpa into paying fees. The real officers helped Grandpa into an ambulance, and as he was taken to the hospital, I couldn't help but feel a mix of anger and relief. My grandpa had survived far worse in his life, but today, he proved once again that he was not someone to be messed with, especially when the FBI was watching.